If you follow the world of artificial intelligence, you already know it feels like trying to drink from a fire hose. So today, we're going to cut through all that noise. We're diving deep into the first 6 months of 2025 to find the one single trend that is absolutely defining the future of AI.
I mean, it's a real challenge, right? Every single week, hundreds of new, super complex, and sometimes contradictory research papers get published. It's almost impossible for any one person to keep up and figure out what actually matters. It's a total sea of information, and what we're looking for is the current, the real story.
And to just put a number on it, we're talking about over 200 papers. And get this, that's not even the total. That's just the number of key papers that one leading AI researcher, Sebastian Raschka, put on his curated list for the first half of 2025 alone. 200 essential papers. So, where do you even start?
Well, here's the cool part. You don't actually have to read all 200 of those papers. Because when you step back and analyze that list, one powerful, unmistakable trend just jumps right out. It's a single focus that connects all the dots and gives us a crystal clear signal about the next chapter for AI. And that trend, that big focus, is a quest for one thing: reasoning. Yeah, it's not just about making models bigger or faster, or even better at just mimicking human language. No, the whole game now is about fundamentally teaching them how to think logically, step by step.
And look, you don't have to take my word for it. The researcher who compiled the list, Dr. Raschka, he puts it front and center himself. His exact words were, "This year, my list is very reasoning model heavy." That's it. That's our first and biggest clue. It's like the entire field has collectively pointed its compass in a single direction.
And the data? Well, the data just screams it. If you look at the categories in the source material, a staggering 75% of recent key research is dedicated to these reasoning models. I mean, everything else, multimodality, data, efficiency, it all just pales in comparison. This isn't just a trend, folks, it's a total paradigm shift.
Okay, so that brings us to the next logical question, right? If the entire AI research community is suddenly obsessed with reasoning, how are they actually doing it? How on earth do you teach a machine to think? Well, the answer, overwhelmingly, is a technique called reinforcement learning. Now, the key idea here is to move way beyond just grading the final answer. Instead, it's all about rewarding each correct step in the thinking process itself. You can think of it like a coach who doesn't just care if you score, but rewards you for perfect form on every part of the play.
It's kind of like your old math teacher telling you, "Don't just give me the answer, show your work." That's exactly what's happening here. The AI tries a problem, each step of its work is checked, and every single correct step gets a little reward, which makes that specific logical pathway stronger for next time. And you know, the proof of this obsession with reinforcement learning for reasoning isn't buried in some complex chart on page 50 of these papers. Nope, it's right there on the cover. It's hiding in plain sight, and once you know what to look for, you see it absolutely everywhere. Just listen to these titles from just the first few months of 2025. DeepSeek, incentivizing reasoning via reinforcement learning. LogicRL, unleashing LLM reasoning with reinforcement learning. SWERL, advancing LLM reasoning via reinforcement learning. And SearchR1, training LLMs to reason with reinforcement learning. Do you hear that? It's like a drum beat. Reasoning, reinforcement learning. Reasoning, reinforcement learning. It's the whole field chanting the same two phrases over and over again. So this all brings us to the final and, honestly, the most important question of all. So what? Why does this intense, nerdy focus on reasoning actually matter to you, to me, to the rest of the world? It matters because it represents a fundamental leap in what these AI models can actually do. Today's LLMs are phenomenal pattern matchers. They are fantastic at summarizing text, rewriting your emails, brainstorming ideas, but these future reasoning models, they're being built for true problem solving. We are talking about models that can solve complex math proofs, dramatically speed up scientific discovery, or even write reliable, bug-free software. It is the difference between a really skilled parrot and a genuine problem solver. And that really leaves us with a huge question to think about. Right now, the brightest minds in AI are laser-focused on cracking the code of machine reasoning. So if they succeed,
If we can actually create an AI that can genuinely reason and strategize and solve problems no human has ever solved before, what happens then? What previously unsolvable challenges will we finally be able to tackle? That is the promise that's driving this one big trend.